Can you talk us through Zozos' work this morning?
Yeah, really good. Super pleased with what we saw from him. I think it had him in a minute out 12 and change, and it was a good move. Super pleased with how he's moving and how he's doing overall. I mean, he's just moving really well. Happy with how he's training.
That was a gutsy second in the Louisiana Derby. What did you learn from it?
That he's, I think he's a horse that he's one of the top 3-year-olds in the country, without a doubt. He's obviously earned a spot, and he's one of the top 20 right now anyhow. And, I think he's a horse with the time between the Louisiana Derby and the Kentucky Derby. He needs to take a step forward, and I feel like he has. He obviously lacks some experience, but he's a very intelligent horse. Therefore, I think he's going to make up with the lack of experience with just how smart he is.
In an ideal world, is he going to get a soft lead?
Oh, I don't think there's such thing as a soft lead to Kentucky Derby. A mile and a quarter. The first quarter's, just down a straight. So, you're not going to get away with anything easy. But I don't think he has to be on the lead. I think he can track a horse or two. He showed that in his second start, and he showed it in his debut going short. So I'm just hopeful that he gets a clean trip and go from there.
He's going to be forwardly placed, so that gives you good confidence that he can be where he wants to be.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's kind of what you want in the Derby. It doesn't always work out, obviously, but you need to break running and establish some position, and then you got to have a horse, intelligent enough to kind of take a breather at some point in the first turn or up the backside, and have something to finish with down the lane.
Have you decided on a jockey?
Not yet, getting close, but we're going to probably make some decisions probably first of next week.
How about his workmate there? Was that fulsome? And
Yeah,
how did he go?
yeah, he went good. He was down on the inside. I thought the track may have been a little bit heavier on the inside. His rider, made the comment that maybe the track was just a touch heavy for him. But overall, it's a good move. He's a good horse, and I thought it was a good matchup, and worked out well.
Any thoughts on his next spot yet?
Point for the Ali Sheba.
Okay.
Yep. So they're both. On the same, obviously same weekend. One race. The Ali Sheba is on a Friday, I believe, and obviously the Derby Saturday. But yeah, that's where we are right now.
What about Tawny Port, Brad? How does he come through the...
Yeah, really good. He had a really good gallop here this morning. He'll just have one work prior to the Kentucky Derby. It'll be not this weekend, the following weekend, and falls well. We'll see how it goes.
And Cyberknife penciled down for
Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. We've not zeroed in on a time yet, probably early, but he's doing really well. He really, really is moving well. Super happy with him.
As you've discussed before, 3 weeks ago you didn't have a horse with a point.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of these horses surprise you that they've made it to the Derby?
No, because I felt like when we were running leading up to the Louisiana Derby, I felt like we had an excellent shot to pick up some points with Zozos, and our plan with Tawny Port, as soon as the Risen Star was over, was to go back to Turfway with him, and thought he had a good shot picking up points. It worked out, and then obviously Cyberknife's been high on our list for a long time, and we targeted Arkansas, and we're super happy with the way the race played out, or obviously the way it played out, but leading up to it, we thought he's a horse that could be first or second in there, and it worked out. So I felt fairly confident that we'd get a horse in the Derby. To say all three, maybe not all three, but I thought all three horses had an opportunity. You maybe like all three, and maybe one or two of them gets in, the other one doesn't work out like you hope. But it's been good. It's been a good spring for all three horses.
You didn't have to run Tawny Port in the Lexington because it looked like he was going to get in on points, but then you opted to go on, and besides getting the graded stakes win and the money, is it something that you're glad as far as thinking about the first Saturday in May?
Well,
him in there?
It gave us some confidence just because of the dirt. 3 of his 4 races before the Lexington had all come on synthetic, so I thought it made sense to give him an opportunity. Horses seem to bounce out of the synthetic races fairly quick. He trained here at Churchill leading up to the Lexington and ran well, and he bounced out of that race real well. So, I thought it's definitely give us more confidence moving forward to the Kentucky Derby with him handling the dirt as opposed to running straight in the Kentucky Derby out of the Jeff Ruby.
And Cyberknife can be a good feeling horse that can test the rider. You said he was getting a little better, but thinking just about all the commotion of Derby Day and stuff. any concern?
Look, we'll school all of them. I think it's always a concern. Like I was a little concerned with I was a little concerned with the Central Quality last year on how he would behave. He was really sharp leading up to the bluegrass. I know we schooled him several times, and he was really good bluegrass day. Same thing here in the Kentucky Derby leading up. He was, a handful, a couple mornings to school, but then Kentucky Derby day he was really good. So you really never know how it's going to go. You just throw as much at them in regards to, or letting them see as much as you can leading up to the Derby. Obviously, Derby's a big thing, big crowd, and then Oaks Day, if you feel like you need to school them, you can take them over there that day as well with a big crowd. So, they're going to get the exposure and see the crowd before Derby Day, and hopefully they handle it Derby Day.
Having gone through the Derby experience for the first time last year, did you change anything up this year with how you're doing things?
Not really. I don't feel like we're training any different at all leading up to this Derby as opposed to last year's. The biggest thing right now around here is watching the weather forecast and when we're going to have, wet tracks. But right now, it's everything's went well, and I think it's very similar to last year.
Would you do anything different moving forward? Like as you get closer, have you thought of anything that you want to do different?
No, I felt like both horses ran really, really well last year. They performed, they ran their races. So I don't think so. I think you just kind of, lead up. All three of these horses will take them, prepare them exactly how we prepared them for their last race. I mean, all three of them ran big races, and we'll try to continue to do more of the same.
Brad, you have a win, a Derby win on your resume, but to be able to celebrate it, how much different would that? Hopefully the next, when you get another one, will that be?
Well, it'd totally be. It would be like winning the first one. I mean, this was obviously not ideal, and. There was really no thrill of victory, right? You don't really want to find out you won the Kentucky Derby through a text message. So it's, it is what it is. Once again, I've said it several times, I was very proud of Mandaloon's performance. I thought he ran a winning race. Hopefully, we'll get back there. And, I think the biggest thing with the Kentucky Derby, I think I haven't experienced the thrill of victory, but I think that's the number one thing. I think people want to win it to experience that thrill, and we've yet to do that. So we definitely looking forward to experiencing that.
You're battle tested, just having said that and going through all that, and this is your second Derby. So how do you feel? Does it give you more confidence to have that first Derby?
Well, yeah, I suppose, and I think just the biggest thing was the horses running well last year. I thought it give us the confidence, or give me the confidence, and our staff the confidence moving forward that we know how to get the horses there and perform well. And like I said, both horses ran very, very big races last year with Mandaloon and Central Quality, and it gives you confidence moving forward that you can get them there, and not only get them there but run well. So that does give you confidence. There's no doubt about it.
That word confidence keeps coming up. How are your confidence levels going into the race this year compared to last year?
Well, last year, obviously Central Quality was the favorite, so but I like all three of these horses. Obviously Tawny Port's going to have to somehow get faster over the next 3 weeks. His numbers really don't stack up with the top tier. But listen, he's a 3-year-old. He's another one that's somewhat lightly raced, and if stranger things have happened in the Kentucky Derby, bottom line. He's earned the opportunity. He's going to get the opportunity, so we'll see. Zozos is doing tremendous. He's had 6 weeks between the he will have 6 weeks between the Louisiana Derby and the Kentucky Derby, and I think he's a horse that can move forward. He's a good colt, and I think he hit the mile and a quarter with the right trip. Cyberknife, thought a lot of him for a long time, and I thought his race last time in Arkansas was really good. I thought he made 2 moves in the race. I think that's something that you probably have to do in the Kentucky Derby, and he showed the ability to do that and the talent. So I'm excited about all three, and I think we're set up for hopefully we got some work to do between now and we got 15 days, but I think they're all set up for big runs.